Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 16 of our Solasta Crown of the Magister gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarrell, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, admin notes. Today is more than likely going to be the last episode in our Crown of the Magister gameplay. That does not mean it's the end of this game, though. We are going to move into the DLC here, the Palace of Ice. The Palace of Ice was the last, or I think it was the last. I'd have to go check. I think it was the last DLC that was put out by Tactical Adventures for the game. We had the Sorcerer update, the Inner Strength update, and Primal Calling, and then we had the Lost Valley. Now, the Lost Valley is a new campaign, and I talked about campaigns last week. Was a new campaign, but it requires you to start with entirely new characters. I mean, you can use the same characters that we've already rolled here, but they start their adventure level 1, nothing but their starting gear. You're starting all over again. Due to requests on the forums, Tactical Adventures came out with another DLC that was meant to be a direct continuation of the Crown of the Magister campaign. And you could import your characters from Crown of the Magister into the Palace of Ice DLC. So we're going to continue on in Solasta. We are just now going to have the Palace of Ice campaign instead of the Crown of the Magister campaign. I mentioned that distinction during episode 1, that the name of the game is Solasta Crown of the Magister, but the Crown of the Magister part refers to the base game campaign. There are other campaigns, the Palace of Ice and the Lost Valley. There are also 2 other kind of mini campaigns, I call them, that are in the game as well, that require level 1 characters. But since the Palace of Ice is going to allow us to directly continue this, that is what we're going to do, most likely starting, well, absolutely starting next week. It's just whether or not next week's episode is entirely in the Palace of Ice, or whether we're still trying to complete the Crown of the Magister campaign. So we will get to that kind of as we go through today to see how far we make it toward the ending of this. There's not a whole lot left in this. We have a big fight in front of us here coming up, and then we have 6 or 7 fights ahead of us, and that includes the final 2 battles, which are back to back. So I think we're going to get through it today, but in case we don't, we will finish it up at the start of next week and immediately move right into the Palace of Ice. So just keep an eye out on social media. I'll make the announcement about it, and we'll continue on with this. Hey, Rudi, welcome. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for being here. So I think that's it on our admin notes. So on our recap, last week we had kind of gotten into the point of no return. You're going to see that today, what the impacts of that are. But we made our way into Earcorn, and we have a big fight ahead of us here in Earcorn. We have brought along Arwen with us, which is arguably the wrong call. There's no downside to leaving him at home or leaving him back in Caer, but we brought him along on this one just to kind of see how it goes. He's going to be completely useless during this fight, and I'm going to be struggling to keep him alive. So let's go ahead and jump in here and we'll kind of take stock of where we are. Okay, so here we are in Irkorn. As soon as we move... Oh, wait a minute. We already had that fight. We did that last week? Boy, I'm completely confused. Did we already have the fight last week? I don't see any bodies or loot, but I see the loot where we've gained some stuff. So I think we already had the fight. I've taken some damage, so it probably appears that we have. Let's take a short rest. If that's the case, we're definitely going to finish today. I've just completely forgotten where I am. Okay, yeah, we've already had this. We've already had this fight. Okay, so we're done here in Irkorn. I had just completely forgotten where we were. I've been playing the new DLC, and I've been completely focused on that, so I didn't even go back. Yeah, we're done here. So we need to go back to Caer. Okay, well, yeah, we are definitely going to finish up today because we're going to head to the Aer Elai. Heading back to Caer. And you're going to see something different here in Caer.
What's going on?
Is that the army? In the city? Let's find Sama. I'd prefer to find Karen first.
I have to check on someone. I'll catch you later.
Check on who? I thought he had no friends left.
His brewer, maybe?
Okay, so you can see that Caer has changed. Something is obviously different here. The army is now in the city. It looks like the city's prepared for a siege here. And not entirely sure what this is about. So we need to search around the city here. So Headlon's gone. We have Carol still here if we want to rest. Arwen's here and Bitterroot is with him. They're not interactable characters, though.
Greetings, Master Martell. Have you seen Lord Caer recently?
Not since the conscription.
Conscription? Is that what's happening?
I know, it's been in the air, but now... rumor has it that Gallivan's armies are massing at the eastern border.
Gallivan? Why?
Ask your friends on the council. They were supposed to keep the peace.
So Gallivan's armies are on the eastern border. That's concerning, and it's also something we're going to need to keep in mind when we get into the Palace of Ice DLC as well. So you can see the mission board is now gone. We still have access to our chest here. And we have access to the 2 stores here. Okay. And that's really it. It's really all we have. Now, I do need to sell off some things. Okay. Okay. Good there. Probably don't need the mace +1 anymore for this. The shield +1 we don't need. Okay. All right. Let's check our attunements. Okay, those are fine. Okay, these are fine. Yep. And yep. Okay. So, I think we're good. Let's head up to...
Daliat, what's going on?
Well, I'd rather not say.
Always secretive.
Do we still need to play this game?
Oh, hello.
Headland Shorespell? What a surprise.
Are you two related?
He's my superior. 2 ranks above. Right.
So, you two are spies?
Such a crude word. We prefer the old name, Silent Whisper.
The intelligence service of the Manicalan Empire? Really?
Nicer than spies.
So, what's in there?
Nothing, and no one, I'm afraid. I was looking for your acquaintance, Halman Summer.
Oh, him. We were looking for him too.
I'm afraid he's gone.
Isn't everybody leaving?
The Antiquarians and the other Snow Alliance people are pulling out. The Antiquarians are still packing up, though.
He sent us to investigate a lead.
Or rather, sent us into a trap.
I'm not surprised. We had eyes on him, but we lost him.
Is he that good?
Or he had help. Magical.
Soraks?
Who knows?
What triggered all this?
You should really get to the council. They'll tell you everything.
Okay, so Headland and Daliot are members of the Imperial Intelligence Service. So interesting. Okay, out here at the court, more military mobilizations. Everybody else is gone. Okay, and this is like they said, people are kind of clearing out here from the city.
We knew this war was looming. We'll prevail, as always.
No, not there. Here. So we'll go up here and we'll see if there's anything Beryl has to say.
Lady Stonebeard, what's happening?
You still here? I suppose we owed this mess to you.
What mess?
War. Or the threat of war.
We didn't do anything.
Well, the Snow Alliance representatives are leaving. We don't want to be caught between Masgath and Galavan. What about maintaining peace? I did my part. Didn't work.
When are you leaving?
As soon as my dawdling cousin gives the order. Let's hope we can meet again. On the same side.
Good luck, my lady.
Cut the my lady stuff, will you?
Okay, so antiquarians are leaving. But there's nobody else out here. Let's head up to the council chambers.
In Mareki's name, you're here.
What is happening?
The whole delegation from the Tower of Knowledge. They were poisoned.
Poisoned? How many died?
All of them. 30-something. But that's not the point. After Dean Fazek accused the Council of favoritism toward the Principality for keeping the crown in Caer Cyflen.
At the Temple of Einar, which is not affiliated with the Principality.
I know that, of course. Yet soon after, we all ate at the same table. But the Tower delegates died in their sleep. Of course, Galavan took it as an attack by the Principality.
But that's why the Tower's on the Council, and not Galavan's government, to avoid exactly that.
You think I don't know that? This is real politics, my friends. Diplomacy is dead.
So the Legacy Council was a sham all along?
No, it was a real, honest effort to maintain peace.
And it failed.
We're not at war yet.
But Galavan's massing troops at the border.
Bad news really does travel fast. Anyway, pressure is growing for the princess to intervene.
Her? How?
Not as member of the council, as head of state. But tell me, where were you now that your quest is, well...
Chasing the Soraks and their pawns.
Unsuccessfully.
Halman Summer might have been one of them.
What? The man was... I mean, I dined at his mansion recently. He...
Where?
Where what?
A mansion. He told us he lived at the Snow Alliance embassy.
No. His family has a mansion in town. Oddly, it's right next door to the Circle of Danantar's headquarters.
We need to go there.
I might need you when you're done with this errand.
Okay, so now we need to search Hallman's house. Now, Hallman's house... is fairly unmarked here. But this is it. Right here.
Is this the place?
Nothing to say this is Halman Summer's residence.
Not bad for a secret home.
And close to official buildings. Who would suspect anything?
Let's go around, maybe find a window and get inside.
We should obtain a warrant.
We're past that, don't you think?
Since I intend to kill him, I believe we are.
Come on, they're all preparing for war. No one's paying attention.
Okay, and once you get close, you're going to be teleported inside of the mansion here. Okay, so holding left alt, nothing down here on this floor.
This place is insane.
Truly a den of madness.
Holy Mareike. In the middle of Caer, how could they?
Dissimulation is their creed.
This ends now. Let's kill them all.
Maybe they have the gems.
Okay, so the Coven of Erevad has now been revealed here. Inside the house.
I know that face. He was at the Gravekeep's cask.
They're all from town.
Corrupted by the Soraks.
For years, maybe. They were preparing.
There's a ton of paperwork here. A lot's been burned, though.
No sign of the gems.
Look at this, a map of the Badlands.
What are these places?
Everywhere we've been. And some other places.
The gems, all 8 of them.
And this?
Probably the location of the rift. It's in the Aer Elai, the heart of Manacalon, where the capital was.
There's a whole book of names here.
Some are marked converted, some resilient, and some prospects.
We must take this to the authorities.
There'll be civil war if we do. People will kill their neighbors.
War is coming, whatever we do.
Okay, so now we find out that indeed what we suspected is that the Soraks have infiltrated all aspects of Caer government and society in general. And they've been planning this takeover for a while, and now we're in the final stages of it. That raises the question of how secure is the city, and how secure are things inside the city?
Lord Karen.
This isn't a good time.
We're aware the city's full of Sorak pawns.
Surely you exaggerate.
Here. A list of all those under or soon to be under Sorak influence.
What? Where did you find this?
Halman Summer's mansion. He was one of them.
I can't believe it. All this time.
There's more. Everything suggests that the Soraks have the missing gems. They had a map showing everywhere we found gems, plus 2 other places.
Mareike's mercy. We must convene the council, but this really isn't the best time.
The Galivan situation, I suppose?
All the city's clerics are working to resurrect the victims. I hope it's enough.
More than 30. That's a lot of diamonds. And clerics.
We didn't really have a choice. The Crown is going to pay.
What?
The envoy from Galavan was adamant. The princess took command of the situation and told him Masgarth would pay to resurrect their people.
So why the troops at the border?
Let's call it an incentive.
Well, everything should be fine then. The Principality resurrects the poison victims, Galavan withdraws its troops.
Let's hope so. We don't have any idea who's behind this, though your little book of secrets here might help us with that.
So the Principality is still drafting soldiers?
To defend the city. The army left for the border as soon as we heard about the threat.
So much for confidence.
Smiles work better if you have a sword at your side.
Don't tell me you're resurrecting Faesech. How much is that? 1,000 gold pieces?
I know what you're going to say, so don't.
And someone must pray for his soul. Imagine that.
Marshal Sunblaze is taking care of the senior delegates personally.
Wait a minute, where is this happening?
In the Temple of Einar. You've been in their dispensary. Wait. You don't... They died.
You think they'd stop at that?
More than 30 possible traitors in the most protected temple in the Principality. Close to the crown of the Magister?
No. No, no, no!
What are we waiting for?
Oh, so the plot thickens. So now these people who have died by poison actually might have poisoned themselves so that they could be taken into the temple and resurrected inside the temple by the paladins here. So again, how secure is the city and how secure are the things inside the city? Okay, so here we are inside the temple. Go talk to Barrick.
Marshal!
Greetings, friends.
Where are the delegates?
In the dispensary. What's going on?
Are you all right?
I just cast a resurrection spell. Forgive me. It is rather draining. Wait!
All right, everybody. We know who you are.
Attack!
Okay, so you can see now we do have some Sorak infiltrators. Morden Caer is Dean Faesech's assistant. He's also here. But yeah, we can see that this is what the whole thing has been about. It's been about slipping people into the temple here so that they could steal the crown. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now there's going to be a mandatory long rest here, so I can throw whatever spells I want out here. What are... Do I have any knowledge on them? I don't think I've encountered them before. I have not. Okay. But since there is a long rest, feel free to not hold back on any spells that you have. For me, I don't think it really matters. These enemies are not all that spectacular. get our darkness up.
No quarter given.
We will get Sharon up off the ground. And we'll finish Morden off. Okay.
Death claims you.
Okay, so get here. We'll throw a crit against this one. He's held, so this will be an auto crit.
Just where it hurts most.
Sure M will be able to clear out the rest
your
here.
way.
There we go.
By Einar. Sorak agents in the temple.
Where's the crown?
Take this key. I can't run. Follow the light.
Let's go.
Hey, Ostamura, welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we've been given the temple key. And you know what? I don't think I can get out this door. Maybe I can. I haven't ever tried. Yeah. Yeah, we are locked into going forward. Hold on just a second, everybody. Sorry about that, everybody. I was interrupted. My two cats were about to get into a very serious fight. So I apologize for the unexpected break there. Okay, so we'll continue making our way through the temple here. Things are not looking good.
There!
It's gone!
Here, a secret passage.
In the middle of the temple?
How did they miss that?
Doesn't matter now.
This is ancient. From the first centuries after the cataclysm.
No time for a history lesson.
They went this way.
Okay, so let's head in here. The crown is gone.
The city's Imperial Gate.
They're here!
They're trying to get away with the crown.
Protector! We failed. They got away with it.
No!
They must not destroy the gate!
There's too many of them.
Come on, fight! Ha!
Look! The princess?
Come on, old lady. Time to show off.
One day, Arwen Merton. Don't look at me like that.
Your Royal Highness.
Thank you is what you're looking for.
Thank you.
They took the crown.
Is this evil god coming?
I suppose that's their plan. Can we follow them?
There's no way to know where they're gone. There are so many gates.
Close to the rift, right? Where it all began? Well, no one knows exactly where the rift was.
In the Aer Elai, near the capital of Manacalon, but it's a vast area.
They must have scouted it and found a teleporter nearby.
So we're doomed?
We're under attack!
What's going on?
Sleeper agents! Everywhere in the city!
Are they so powerful, the Sorakath?
Your Royal Highness, we found this in Halman Summer's chambers, magically concealed. Do you have any ideas?
This is Sunset Peak, south of Aer Elai. I recognize this tower, or what's left of it. There's a gate not too far away, but who knows how the place looks like now.
We're running out of time. If there is a chance to stop them, they don't stand a chance against you.
Alas, I cannot go into the Badlands.
What? Why?
Long story short, it would kill me faster than any dark god. There's no time to explain. You have to trust me. Only you can save Solasta now.
Us? What about all your heroes and all?
Marshal Sunblaze is weakened from casting resurrection spells, and so are most of his clerics.
They planned this as well, didn't they?
All my best fighters and spellblades are on the border, and Protector Keen is not what she used to be.
Merton, you coming?
He's staying with me. Caer is on fire, its streets full of Sorak pawns on a murder spree. The crown needs you. I felt it from the beginning. Casenax's spirit calls for you to save him from the darkness.
The Magister? You knew him?
You're too curious for your own good.
So, Merton's staying.
Can't say no to a princess. Especially that one.
Fine then.
I can only give you a few trinkets to help you in your endeavor. Oh, and my blessing.
That's more than enough, Princess. We'll do your dirty work. To think that you knew the Magister. I have so many questions.
You should rest and prepare yourselves.
Sleep? Now? There's no time.
You really should start admitting that you don't know everything. Rest now. Time will wait for you, I promise. I will speak the words that will activate the gate to Sunset Peak. When you are ready, step onto the gate and fulfill your destiny.
So, Princess Seawood Silverflower is a silver dragon.
Did she just stop time? This is unnatural.
I won't be able to sleep now.
You know what's at stake. We'll need to be ready for anything.
Okay, and that's given us the benefits of a short rest. Let's take a look at our chest here. These trinkets. Oh, actually, I think we have to take the long rest first. Yes, we do. Okay, this first one. Okay, we're going to put on fire resist for this. And let's go check the chest. Okay, so this is always a random selection of items. There are normally at least one wondrous item, which is probably what this is. We already know what these are. We already crafted these ourselves. We already know the bracers. We already know the headband of intellect. Some splendid half plate. We got some unidentified hide armor here. And various scrolls. Okay. So let's take a second and look at what we have. Okay, and it's just a +2 rapier. So compared to the Black Viper, it does have an additional +1 to hit and +1 damage, but that additional 2d6 necrotic damage that goes along with Black Viper is something that we definitely don't want to give up. So we have half plate +2. So that's interesting. That's going to give me an additional armor class here. Yeah, I'm now up to 26. Okay, the hide armor +2 isn't going to do anything for anybody. It's medium armor. And again, we already know what these are. So these are gauntlets +2. Going to be the same as what our gauntlets of shattering are. Yep. The exact same thing. Okay, and we also knew about the bracers of stunning strike and the headband of intellect, both of which we have. Bracers of stunning strike and the headband of intellect. It's just not attuned right now. So we got something that was useful out of it. Anyway, So before we go in, we're going to drop a save. Okay, and from here on, there are no more long rests. There are only short rests. And in between the last two fights, you can consider them as one fight because there's no opportunity for even a short rest between those. So we need to be careful with our action economy here because we have, like I say, 6 or 7 fights here that we need to make our way through. We need to have the resources saved up to do that last final fight. Okay. Now here's the Aer Elai.
Look at that. The heart of the Badlands. Almost the epicenter of the cataclysm.
There's nothing left of the old empire.
All right, people. We're not here for the view.
This wind, it's not natural. It's a mana wind. We can't use magic to get across.
So, falling would be a bad idea then.
We've been through worse.
Okay, and that last part is important. We can't use magic to get across, okay? And Sharon is flying right now, but we need to turn that off. If you try and use magic to fly across this, you're going to take, I think it's lightning damage, as you move. So it's not a good idea to try and fly. Now, once you're in the fight, I can reactivate that and get her off the ground. But I cannot do it while she's maneuvering around here. So just let them pathfind. Okay, so this platform's gonna fall out from underneath of us.
Watch out!
And we're gonna take 1d6
What
fall
kind of
damage.
creature lives in a place like this?
You got it. Fire spiders.
And we're immediately gonna get dropped into a fight. Okay, so definitely want to get darkness up here. Let's try and stun the fire elemental.
All coming your way.
Oh, that's outstanding. Okay, so we can't reach anybody else yet. So we'll move him here to kind of protect Sharon a little bit. Might as well get as much damage on the elemental as I can, even though he's stunned. Okay, so again, all we can do... We're not going to smite.
Lucky? Perhaps.
We are going to bring out malediction, though. Since we're not going to be smiting in here, might as well use one spell slot to get as much damage out as we can here. I'm gonna move over here. Again, more in an effort to protect Sharon. That wins the next act.
Well struck.
And repelling blast is awesome. I'm not worried about loot at this point.
Solasta Evo! Well done.
All the damage numbers. Love it. Exactly what I wanted.
Impressive.
Probably an unnecessary use of key points, but I do have uncanny metabolism, so not too worried about it. And anything that you have that is going to be able to knock enemies
Over there.
back,
Soraks.
it's going to be useful.
They don't need to hide here.
They're not paying attention to us. What are they doing?
Dropping gigantic bones into lava.
Why?
They're not just any bones. Those are dragon bones.
How many dragons died here?
Remember what the princess said. This place is deadly to them. There's no other way. We need to get up there.
Without being shot at, preferably.
Okay, so again, we're not going to be flying.
Okay, you're tough.
Okay, so some of our group is going to have to take the long way around. Now there is a limitation or an exception. You can fly as long as that flight pathway is something that somebody else would normally be able to take. If you're just flying across a big open area, the only way to get across that would be with magic, and Fly's going to have a problem. But if you could wall walk up it or something like that, then you can also fly up it. I'm going to put everybody in cautious mode here. And that's going to open up this passageway here. Okay, so if you watch their patrol patterns, okay, we have a warrior, a couple of assassins that are farther back, and a saboteur. If you watch their patrol pattern, nobody really comes very close to the side. The saboteur is the closest, and that's as close as he gets. Okay, but we're not gonna necessarily invite them to come around the corner either. Can't see him. Still can't see him. Oh. Okay, so there we go. And let's get a surprise round out of it. You can only use that once. I'm not going to use it now. So the saboteur is dead. Let's move back.
Can't say I'm surprised.
That's why I didn't want to move too far up. We are not going to smite. Is because they have to dash to get to me out here.
Wait till the next one.
Okay, let's try and stun the assassin here. About what I want to do here.
A modest success.
Okay, and we're gonna leave his 25 armor class up here. Not gonna action surge. Well, you know what? I can. I get that back on a short rest.
Victory is mine.
should have used that before I moved away. Can I see him? No, I can't. I can there, though.
Solasta Evo.
That'll eliminate
like
the warrior. And now my bard with the 26 armor class. Gets to eliminate the assassin.
More dragon bones?
That's really what they were doing. Cleaning up the place. They were destroying the bones.
How do you know? The bones are a threat to them.
I don't follow.
These are the remains of the masters of the Arcaneum.
Dragons? All of them?
The Master of Abjuration was no exception. They were all dragons. Even the Magister. And his bones are among those.
I thought I felt something, but
Definitely.
we need to search the bones.
Okay, so we'll pick this stuff up real quick. Ooh, a Hunger of Hadar. Nice. Nothing else really important. Okay, and you see here that we have some bone piles we can interact with. There's actually... I could have gone down here and gotten these. It's just more crafting ingredients, and honestly, I don't want to take the chance that I'm going to take one of those big hits from the lightning damage or whatever it is.
Here.
A tooth? It calls to me.
Let me touch my crown.
Did you hear that?
I did.
He wants to touch the crown.
The tooth? Just one little tooth?
That's why the Soraks want to destroy the bones.
What will happen if we succeed?
Let me touch my crown.
There's only one way to find out.
So these dragons are the old Magisters. These are their bones here, and the Soraks are wanting to destroy their bones so that they can't be resurrected. I go into cautious mode before I go in here. So we did fire. This looks like acid.
This place never ends.
This is the way. I can hear the crown.
Yes, we must go on.
Okay, so the thing about this area here is that there are Badlands wraiths. Now, the wraiths here are in bright light. Okay. So that means that they're going to have disadvantage on all of their attacks, dexterity saving throws, and wisdom saving throws, I think, as well. And that's good for us. We don't want to use darkness in that case, which would remove that disadvantage. What we have to be careful here, though, is that race can inflict the drained condition, which reduces your maximum hit points, and the only way to get rid of that is with a long rest. We can't take a long rest. So we need to be very careful about how we go about doing this. And as such, I'm gonna see if I can start this fight here. Not going to use that yet. I want to give myself as much time to intercept them as possible here. Not sure if poison's going to work. Let's see here. Badlands Wraith. I don't know everything about them, fortunately. Okay, so work. Now, the other wraiths are a ways out there still. Alright, so now let's get everybody into this. I think they're resistant to fire.
Solasta, Evo, Malmis. Ha! That must have
resistant to the racer. I think resistant to most elemental damage types.
Well done.
Okay.
I trained hard for this.
Right, and... Come on, Rudi, I need a kill here. He's got Curse of Time. He does not have Curse of Time. So I need to hit here.
Try again.
Did I jinx it? Okay. No! No! Why did you move? Hate that, bobbing up and down, and it moves them out of the attack animation. That was an unnecessary attack of opportunity.
Solasta, Evo, Malmis.
You should be more careful with that. And just use the picture icons to target them instead. Now, that's not the only wraith here. There is another one down here that we need to be on the lookout for. I'm just staying in cautious mode. Oh, yeah, it's down here. So now we'll move everybody up. And if you, like I said, if you have the athletics and you're able to make those jumps, it's not going to, the magic's not going to hit you. Okay, so now I have to be careful about this. Actually, I don't think... that's the way. No, it's not. That's the way I will go at the end. this is the way I need to go. And that's going to get me here. And I'm kind of waiting for this. See if I can get this right to spawn here. There it is. I can't target it. It's still coming out of the rock or something here. Yeah, couldn't target it. Good hit there. Okay, we should be able to target it now. See if I can get a kill. Standing.
Not bad, eh?
No, 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 no. Okay, so I'll let them pathfind back. I should just be able to pathfind up to here. With everybody. Okay. And there are other things around here that you can pick up. They're searchables. There's nothing really any good in any of them, so I'm not too worried about them. Again, I could attempt to go get them, but it's just not worth me possibly taking any of that additional damage to go do. So again, cautious mode.
Are we walking into some gigantic trap?
The Soraks are doing all they can to stop us.
Come on, don't falter now.
Okay, so here in this fight we have air elementals, and there are 4 of them. Can move up a bit though. Okay, we'll watch our detection icons. We're good. Okay, and now I'm going to start this off. With a surprise round. Okay, I'm not going to take that yet. Oh, jeez. Rolled horrible. Okay. Yeah, not good. So, which air elementals are going next? Okay, so this one and this one. Okay, well, they're going to have to dash to get to me. Okay, so that's lucky.
Curses. My fault.
Okay, so I definitely want to be fighting in darkness here. I don't think I'm going to be able to stunning strike any of these, but no reason not to try.
Die!
Take a crit. Oh, and I did. Okay, very nice. Let's see. Air elementals can fly, so they can't be knocked off anyway. Oh, and I missed one. I think I'll leave. Now, let's go get one more here. Then we'll move back out. Yep, kind of figured this was going to happen. Come on, Rudi, let's take it down.
Again!
Well done. This air elemental is going to fly to the back again and try and go after Sharon, I bet. Since this one is here, which one's gonna act first? This one's stunned. So this one here. And we will ready melee attack. There we go. And now it's gonna move past me. Okay, so we can move Sharon out of the way here. Who's next? He's stunned. So we'll go after this one. dashing. Okay. So let's try and stun this one here.
You're done with the
Roll
rest.
low. Nope. Okay, well let's try and take it out then.
Nice move.
Monk OP. Okay, so this one, neither one of them are stunned anymore. So Rudy's here. Armor class up here. Okay, let's see if Rudi can get the kill here.
I trained hard for this.
There we go. Nice. Okay, we've done really well in preserving our action economy, because now we are no longer in the business of respect in our action economy. Now it's all or nothing. Once we get through this, so once we get into here, this is the final fight of the game. It's broken into two parts. Okay, the first part is fairly straightforward. We're going to hop in. We're going to see a whole bunch of Soraks, including one that we have not seen before, and we'll have a chance to maneuver and get a surprise round in. Then as soon as that fight ends, we will have we will immediately transition through a cutscene into the final fight, which is wave based, and we have to survive, kind of like we saw really early on in the fight at the Rift. We're going to have that as well. So there will not be any time for any short rests or anything like that. So we're going to take a short rest here, and we're going to get all of our hit points, and now our attunement. Trying to remember the spells that he has. We don't have any cold stuff. We do have necrotic, though. I don't think... Yeah, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to go with the Ring of Necrotic Resistance. So I need to move one of those rings here. Okay. So the other ring of necrotic resistance. Oh, yeah, that wasn't going to work. Need to remove... Need to swap these out and reattune that. Yeah, that was dumb. There shouldn't be any more feather falling. Okay, let's take another short rest here. And we're going to remove this and add back in the horn. We're going to remove the Ring of Fire Resistance and add in Necrotic Resistance. We'll remove the Ring of Fire Resistance and we'll add in the Bracers of Defense. And we'll remove the Ring of Fire Resistance. I don't think that Dimension Doors... we will have poison attacks here. I might as well throw that in instead. And we're going to drop a save here. Okay. And let's get into this. We're going to focus somebody here. But the initiative order is going to determine how this works. Wait a minute. I need to make sure everything's equipped. It's attuned, but I need to make sure it's equipped. Okay. Okay, and it is. Alright. I've made that mistake before.
Kids who do that faster.
Okay, so again, letting them pathfind. So that I don't take the magic damage. Scroll of Revivify. Fire Giant Strength.
A real little goblin.
So we'll go loot this pile here. Pretty sure this has a frost giant. It does. Whoops. So we're able to traverse this area again. Loot here. Superior healing. Nice. Why did I keep clicking inventory? And that means I didn't loot this. Nope. Greater healing. And we'll move this up against this wall. And we'll loot this for another greater healing. Okay, so there's one more. Should be able to bring everybody over here now.
Good arms you got.
Okay. And another greater healing and scroll of mass cure wounds. Okay, so let's take a last little bit here. That should allow everyone to get down here. Alright. Let's take one last scroll through our inventory here because we want to make sure that we have Revivify on everyone. Okay, and we have so I've got Fire Giant. I've got Cloud Giant on him, so I'm going to take that. There's Revivify. We have Greater Healing. We have Greater Healing. Let's split up the Superior Healing. Okay. We have a Potion of Speed. Okay. Got the Cloud Giant. What do we have here? Okay, so we have 2 Superior Healings. Let's split up. Two of those. And we have Frost Giant here. There's another Frost Giant there. And there's the Superior Healing. Okay. So, we want the Cloud Giant to go onto Rudi. Or onto M. We want the 2 Fire Giants to go one on my Bard and one on Rudi. The Frost Giant is the lower 23 strength, so I'm not going to need it. I'm going to keep the Potion of Speed on me. So the Potion of Flying lasts for 1 hour. Don't think I'm gonna need the Potions of Heroism, but I will split those. Okay, and I think that's it. Just in case I do need to use a ranged weapon, I'm going to have the best ones on. This causes paralyzed. Take one last look through. Yep, the Cloud Giant is his. Okay, so we have another Potion of Speed. Actually, I think I want that to be here. Like I say, this is not the time. This is everything that you've hoarded up until this time. We need to be ready to use. Okay. Drop our last save of the game. And let's go.
Watch out!
I'm not sure if I can... Oh yeah, I can. I can take a short rest here to get that back. Okay. So now we need to, again, kind of navigate our way through here. Okay. So that should get everybody where we need. We should be able to pathfind to here.
You could do it.
Okay, there's nothing else to loot or anything like that in here, and this archway is where we are going. Okay, so we're going to go into cautious mode here.
This is it! The rift!
Is it open again?
Hard to say. I see a bunch of Soraks, but not the countless horde they're expecting. And no god. The crown! They're doing it. The damn ritual. This is it, friends. This is when we make history or die. Marika, watch over us. Let's make this bitch pay once and for all.
Alright, so the star here, or the Shar here, is by far the biggest danger in this. Now, only the abominations are moving. So we're going to take the opportunity to get ourselves into a more advantageous position here. And we're going to watch the patrol routes. This one doesn't ever come over here. This one does. So we want to kind of carefully watch his patrol route. We want to get into this area over here. There's a very specific reason for that. Be ready on the pause button. Okay, so can we... We can. Okay. So if we're seeing here, we can still get damage on the Shar, which is what we're looking for. I think I want to just go ahead and start this. I think I do. I think I'm going to move my bard here. I'm going to move my paladin here. Okay. Let's start this off here. On the Shar. Okay. So here we are, 178 hit points. We took off 44 of them.
Damn it.
And you see that a gold dragon has entered the fight. That gold dragon you can't see yet, but it's going to join the fight and everybody's going to focus on it. Okay, now there is no way that I'm aware of, even with Sanctuary, to be able to save the gold dragon. And that's because there are... This whole place is deadly to dragons. They take 100 necrotic damage every turn that they're here. So even if I did somehow manage to... They have to take that 100. Even if I did manage to cast some elemental or some necrotic damage resistant spell on it and cast Sanctuary so nobody attacks it, it's not going to survive. But in the meantime, everybody is going to go after it, right? And it's good that it's not... It rolled poorly in the initiative order, but it's also bad. The Shar is going to want to cast a spell against me, and it's going to hurt. Okay? It is absolutely going to hurt. It's got a couple of different spell options, which are really, really bad. And like I say, it's going to hurt. Nothing we can do about that, but just suck it up. Okay, now M is going to... Okay, so we're going to change to the paralyzing arrows. Let's see if we can paralyze the Shar. That is... Oh, it got legendary resistance. So it failed it with a nat 1, but then it had legendary resistance, and it rolled a 19. because it rolled a 15 with advantage against a 24. So if it wouldn't have rolled a 15, if it would have rolled a 10, it would have failed even with legendary resistance.
No!
And it rolled a 20. It rolled a nat 1. It just had advantage. So there it is. It's gonna hurt. Okay, that didn't hurt nearly as bad as I expected.
Did you not say silent?
He cast that freezing sphere, but he cast it... I guess he might not have been able to see me or something, because he cast it way out here. So it only hit M and Rudi, and with their pluses to saving throws, and Rudi's evasion, or an M's evasion, that did almost nothing. Okay, so we're going to bring out Malediction here. Okay, and we are going to get some damage out here. I'm going to use my bonus actions to drink potions on my next round, because the heat's going to be taken off me here in a second. Let's see if I can get some more damage on the Shar by moving away and taking the attack of opportunity. Down to 77. Now we'll move back forward. I don't think we'll need any of that yet. Okay. So he's also got legendary resistance. That's his last legendary resistance. And he failed. Exactly, that went perfect. That went perfect. Yeah, couldn't have hoped for much better on that. I'm not going to use Action Surge yet. That's outstanding. That is outstanding. And here comes the gold dragon. Take it. Now that the Shar is paralyzed, I'll kill the Acolyte this turn. You see what I mean by the dragon taking the heat off? Okay, so let's see if we can kill the Shar. I'll quicken this. Absolutely. Come on.
You like
Yes. Yes. And now we'll try and kill the acolyte. We're gonna counter that.
Too slow.
Okay, let's not get overconfident. Things are going very, very well. The two spellcasters are dead. We're left with the Shikath, who has legendary actions, and a bunch of damage dealers. And we're going to nullify.
Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna nullify that here. The Shikath got his legendary action off, and Rudi was didn't have a shield because he had switched to the crossbow to paralyze the Shar. So let's see if we can go start dropping some. See if we can eat through some legendary resistances. Oh, jeez, can't even hit. Thank you. Okay, and it passed. Swap back. Is not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Okay, so we're going to now use our bonus action to drink the fire giant strength. That's going to take my strength from 14 to 23. Flourish. And I'll move back here and absorb these attacks. Okay, so now I'm definitely changing. Actually, here we're going to go with fire giant. Yeah, I did forget about that. So let's heal ourselves. because that was my one free inventory action. Horrible hits. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's another one. Now they're gonna go to town on the dragon. Like I say, there is nothing that I can do to prevent this death. Okay, so we need to now get rid of the shikath as much as we can here.
How does that feel?
Stunning strike is on. Full flurry of blows. And actually, I didn't want to do that. Well, it's done.
No quarter given.
Ah!
21 and 22 aren't good enough. Okay, the shikath does have the curse of time, but 5 I don't think is enough to kill it. And it's not close enough for a slashing flourish. I would like to move here, though.
Palpable hit!
So I'll remove one of them. I wasn't too worried about the assassins, though. Okay, one more legendary action to soak up here. Perfect. Okay. Swap him back to get his 25 armor class back again. Let's try and get rid of the shikath. Pass.
That's battle.
Okay. I don't think I can save this thing, but I've honestly never tried that much either. Okay. Well, if we're gonna do this, I guess in for a penny, in for a pound.
Just when it hurts most.
Because he's not blind, so he's gonna get an attack of opportunity against me. Crit. You're gonna give everybody an attack of opportunity? Please tell me you're gonna use a breath weapon if you do this. Turn around. Use your breath weapon. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. I have never seen the dragon actually do this before. Oh, that's great. I saw it use this breath weapon once, and then it got completely overwhelmed, because normally what the dragon will do is it will jump right into the middle of everybody. And when that happens, everybody focuses the dragon. Now what that gives you an opportunity, this is a gold dragon, which is good in that it's immune to fire damage. So you can drop fireballs right on top of him and damage all the enemies that are grouped around him. But normally, he doesn't survive this. But 2 breath weapon throws, that's really, really good. That's really, really good. So I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna take this opportunity to get my demonic wings back. Because now the fight it's easy. There is nothing that I have to worry about in this fight now. It's over for all intents and purposes. So I'm gonna use this time to get health back and get ready for the next encounter. So what you want to do is you want to get this down to like one, weak enemy, like one of the assassins, and then you want to build your health back up. And that sort of stuff, so that you can be fully prepared for the next encounter that's going to immediately start after this. And he failed. Double 20s.
Well struck.
Okay, so this. Heal other with my bonus action. Get him up to full strength. So I can only drink one of those per turn. I'm not going to do anything there, actually. I think I'm gonna wait this out. I'm gonna see what the dragon's gonna do. Don't you dare breathe on me. Okay, thank you. I was like, don't you dare. I want to get Rudi up to full strength here. This won't kill it.
Solasta evil.
Killing blow.
I know she rolled really high. Horrible rolls.
I'm in your debt, my friend.
I've never had the dragon survive. Not once.
We did it! The Magister!
He's coming back to life!
Hold. What?
The rift! It's open!
No! Hold. I thought that was it!
He said hold! We need to hold! Against a whole army?
Look!
He's closing the rift!
Protect the Magister! Nothing else matters!
Okay, so the gold dragon is still going to die. You're not going to get the benefit of its help. Okay, I'm definitely going to use Uncanny Metabolism here to get my key points back. Oh, and I rolled horrible. Okay. So now we are in a survival mode. It does not matter how much we kill here. All that matters is that at least one of our characters survives to the end of the 4th round from now. Okay? We are round 1. Alright? The Magister is not in any danger here. He won't take any damage from anything, so you don't have to worry about protecting him. You just have to survive for 4 rounds, and only one of your characters has to survive. Now, we're obviously not going to do that. We're going to get everybody to survive. The other benefit here is that it takes... Everybody spawns way down here, out of the rift. It takes them a turn to get to you. They all have to dash to get to you. Which gives you a little prep time on this first round here to make sure that you have everything up and running that you want to. The other thing is that you're going to get enemies that spawn behind the portal, like the Acolyte here. Anybody that spawns behind the portal, even if you can see them, you can't target them. So that's unfortunate for the Acolyte, because I want to be able to kill him so that he can't get off Guiding Bolt or anything like that. But I'm not going to be able to target him this round. Now, AoE spells could damage him back there. If I dropped an AoE spell here or something, it could damage him. But it's not really something that I can deal with right now. However, darkness won't come up until here. I'm just looking around at what we have, because these are the Sorakath are humanoids, so whole person will work on them. I want to try and get rid of the legendary resistances on the Shukath as well. Laughter's not going to be able to reach out there. Yeah, can't. And I want to fight with my back against the boundary here. It's going to limit how many enemies can approach me at any one time. So... let's see if we can get a legendary resistance proc here. Okay. So, got rid of one of his legendary resistances. Ah, that was dumb. I wanted to move up one. So Sharon is going to move up. Then over. Avoid the attacks of opportunity. Want to keep think we're going to... The Acolyte's the only spellcaster. I'm just thinking here. So I'm not going to need Counterspell. See if I can get another legendary resistance here rocked.
Solasta Encho!
Okay, good. Okay, and the Acolyte is now feared.
That must have hurt.
Okay, so M here going to use his bonus action to drink the Cloud Giant Strength Potion. Now his damage just went through the roof. It just went through the roof.
Not bad, eh?
Not gonna action surge yet, but I am gonna move out to the corner here. Yes, I'm gonna move out to the corner here. Okay, there's the Chicaf moving in, and now they've got reinforcements.
Again!
Okay, perfect. Now I want to move up to the corner. All right. That's not good enough. All right. So let's start focusing down.
Solasta Evo!
Some of these enemies. Okay, now the reason I wanted that is so that I can have M kind of in a safe spot here. Everybody's going to come up for Rudi and my Bard. M can stand here and move forward, get attacks, and then move back. But for now, get Flurry of Blows. Stunning Strike is on. He fails his saving throw. He didn't. We just keep dropping damage.
Well done.
And then I'm going to move him again back into this center spot. Okay, so he's going to fly. And that's perfectly fine. Sharon will take him next turn. So now with my Paladin... Okay. I didn't give it to him. Oh, it's on my Bard and on That's right. Okay. So let's not retarget with Malediction. I want my bonus action.
I'll get you yet.
Or a Divine Smite. Where are we? So we don't have anybody else near us. I'm gonna save my action surge. It'd be nice to get rid of him. But no, I'm gonna save it. Okay, he regenerated, that's perfectly fine. You see, they all have to dash to get to me. That's the end of round 2. There it is. We'll go after the Shikaf.
Fortune is fickle.
We're in a defensive flourish. Not good enough.
Truly formidable.
We have left 7. Not good enough. Oh, I left the Acolyte. Oh, got it. Forgot about the Acolyte. Okay, so let's do some cleanup work here. Flurry of blows. We'll try the stunning strike on the Shikaf here. Maybe 20. And we passed it. So now we'll move here. Get rid of this one. Move back. Take out this one, or get damage on this one.
You're done like the rest.
Then we'll move back into the center. He's got a 23 armor class. It's not as high as my others, which is why I'm kind of preserving him a little bit. And here's the Acolyte's going to get a chance here in a second. Should do a guiding bolt. Yes. Okay, he is blinded. I don't know why it's taken his turn so long to end. Please don't crash my game. Flew up out of the way. We'll get Sharon to kill him next turn. Okay, good. Okay, so let's again not bring in Malediction. Okay, now we're going to action surge.
Again! Harder!
Outstanding. I'll take that. Where's he moving to? Wants to come to this side. Why is he not rolling with disadvantage? And that's why you slashing flourish. That took my armor class up to 31, I think. So he missed with a 26. Defensive flourish.
A telling blow.
What did I take off there? 107 hit points? Look at that damage. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, so you want to keep everybody grouped up if you have a paladin, so that you can get the Aura of Protection. It gives me a Charisma bonus modifier, which is his +5 to saving throws. So that if he does that shriek, you can hopefully avoid it. It's a DC 17. You get +5 from the paladin. So he had a +10 modifier. He just needed to roll a 7 to pass it, and he rolls a 6. Okay. So he's frightened. At least darkness didn't go down. But he must run away from the source of the fear. So if he doesn't pass the saving throw coming up here, he's going to run away, and that could get ugly. We're going to hold off on this. I don't think I needed to kill. No, this is the last round anyway. Round 4. There's another acolyte that appears. Might cast Guiding Bolt. I don't know why the acolyte's turns take so long. Is a miss. 28 is not, but I have defensive duelist. Don't know why he's... Yeah, there goes him running away.
You have them now.
None of them have disadvantage anymore. Something's happened.
about you. I must go now. Take care of Solasta. Take care of your world.
Was done. Never again would so many gods unite their forces to create a passage through the worlds. Sortar would remain on Tiamat until the end of times. But his children of darkness had set foot on Solasta and planted the seeds of evil. Deeper than anyone could have imagined.
So that last section of the cutscene was added in the DLC to set up the Palace of Ice DLC. So, that brings us to the end of the campaign. I thought it was a really good story. Anytime that you're dealing with, how shall I say, mystical forces or legendary forces, in this case, the Magisters and the gods, it's always interesting from a player's perspective. When your DM or your GM is creating a story around that. So it's always interesting to see that. It's always even more fun when they take a physical hand in things, especially coming in at the last minute and changing something or saving something. And that's why we saw it in Baldur's Gate 3 with the Dark Urge. We saw that you could redeem yourself, basically, and be resurrected by withers after you were killed by Baal. Those type of interventions, when those legendary beings are taking a hand in mortal affairs, is always really, really cool from a player character perspective when you're in the middle of them. So I thought this had a really, really good story behind it. And then the ending there with having the dragon come in, which I'm still shocked I was able to save it. That was pure luck, by the way. Having them come in and then having, the final fight there, which is just a survival exercise, basically, was really, really cool. I was really happy to see how it all played out, and I think it was a fun playthrough. I think the campaign is really well thought out and well played out. So again, very, very much props to the Tactical Adventures team. I think you put together a great base game, and you're going to see some stuff. As I always say, the first time that you play a game or you finish a game, it's just, in my mind, it's just respectful to watch the full credits. These credits take a while, and there's a reason for that. And this is something else that I'm happy to see Tactical Adventures do. In the vein of realizing that players in modern game releases really tend to influence how the game moves forward, whether you have an early access period or an alpha period where you are basically free game testers for a studio. I think, or whether it is just future comments in forums and things like that that point out bugs, point out balance changes or things that are acting incorrectly, that then the dev team can fix in patches. I think studios giving thanks to the player base is something that needs to happen more often. We've seen that, you know, a lot, but not as much, not everywhere. It's not universal, and I think that really should change in today's world. Back in the day when I started playing video games, and video games showed up at your house on a floppy disk, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for feedback, instantaneous feedback from the player base. When I started doing beta testing and QC work for developers 30 years ago, all of that stuff was done via snail mail. It was done via paper. At 5 years after I started or so, it moved into email, and we were able to give, you know, much easier feedback to the teams. But now it's just so easy, and if developers are ignoring player input, that's just wrong in my mind. Why would you not avail yourself of the instantaneous feedback that you can get from your player base in today's world? So, and again, we're getting into some of the QA stuff here, and the lead testers, managers, and then you get into the QA testers. Now, these are studio-based or company-based testers. These are permanently permanent staff that were doing that, and I've been that before. Getting thanks for those people in the game is always really good, and I'm always happy to see that the QA staff on board is always recognized for the work they do, because honestly, QA staff are some of the most hated people on a game. Their job is to break a game for you, so that you can figure out how to fix it. And it gets frustrating when you're constantly being pointed out all the stuff that is broken about your game. So let's talk a little bit here about what we're going to be doing going forward. So next week, we are going to start off with importing our save into the Palace of Ice DLC. Now, there's going to be an interesting thing here that I was not prepared for. I don't know if you noticed, but after the first fight there at the end, we leveled up. I was not expecting that, to be honest, to get to level 13, because you're not supposed to be able to get to level 13 in the base game. The Palace of Ice opens up levels 12 through 16, but the Unfinished Business mod unlocks all the way up to 20, and we've gotten to level 13 now. What I'm interested is but we didn't have a chance to level up to level 13 in the game. Those combats were back to back with no chance for a long rest in between. So what I'm interested to see is when I import this save, if I can immediately do a level up when I import it. I'm assuming I can, but I was not level 13 when I went into this on my personal playthrough. So I'll be really anxious to see how well that works. I believe the autosave that you get is right before the cutscene. So that should include the level up, but I will wait and see. But what we're going to do is we are definitely going to import that save. You were not able to do that with the Lost Valley DLC. That is a new campaign that starts with level 1 characters. The Palace of Ice is not. It is meant for level 12 characters, and it's a direct continuation of this, just in a new campaign. So we will import that. We will show how that process works. The new DLC is going to reset all the tutorials. So you're going to see tutorial pop-ups again that we haven't seen in a while. So we'll kind of walk through that process and see how it works and how it's going to play out. I am sure that we're going to get through well, I'm pretty sure. I'll say that because March 12th, I think, is when early access for Solasta 2 comes out. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get through the Palace of Ice DLC in that time. And hopefully that will take us pretty close to when the Solasta 2 early access drops, and we can move directly into that. What I'm probably going to do, though, is make a shift. I'm probably going to swap the dates when this happens. So I'm probably going to swap the Solasta to Saturday, the Solasta 2 early access stream to Saturday, and the Kingdom Come Deliverance stream to Sunday. Saturday is a more popular day, and putting the most popular games on the most popular days just makes sense for everybody to be able to see it easier. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to make that change, but we'll kind of play it by ear as we get closer to the drop date and we see how things are going. We're going to probably have 2 more weeks, maybe, actually 3 more weeks, I take that back. We're going to have 3 more weeks or so on the Kingdom Come Deliverance live stream. So I guess maybe at that time I'll look at making the swap there. But I don't know. I know I want to make the swap, but I haven't really played it out in my head how we're going to do it. Because I'm expecting there's going to be multiple early access playthroughs on Solasta 2, just like there was for Baldur's Gate 3. And I'd like to keep those on a day when a lot more people are free and available to watch. So, I think that kind of ends the admin notes, but here's what I wanted to see right at a good time. Over on the right, you can now see Solasta backers. And these are all of the people who bought the game early, who invested in the project before it dropped. Back in the day when I started, none of that ever happened. There was no opportunity for you to send money to a company prior to their game coming out. When the game went GM, when it went Golden Master, and a release date was popped out, you went to the store and you bought your game. Then, much later, you could go online and order that game, but their early access was just not a thing back in the day. Today, early access is a much used tool, and a lot of people debate whether giving money to a company before the game is released is a good thing or not, because they should already have a budget for the development of the game in their mind, in these people's minds. So I'm just giving them free money that they don't need until I figure out whether or not I want to play the game and possibly cancel it. Well, back in the day, there was no way to cancel it. Now you can get a refund on Steam if you don't like it. So that's where a lot of this I don't like early access comes from type of thing. I do not agree with that at all. Being on the inside of these companies, I simply do not agree that early access is robbing players or gives people the opportunity to take your money when they don't deserve it. I cannot disagree more. But I don't hate the people that, you know, don't want to do early access. For me, it's the exact opposite. I've been on the inside of those things. I know how pressure-packed those last 5 weeks can be of development on a game before it drops. And I know the changes that everyone wants to make to that game in those last 5 weeks. And being able to get people to bring in additional staff to code certain things, or to have people work OT to be able to code in things that are going to make the release of the game that much better, is, you know, such a good thing. And having to not worry about the financial aspect of that is a benefit. Also, kind of knowing up front what your EA sales are like compared to other games gives you an idea about what the success of your game's going to be like. And if it's going to be good, again, that makes so much less stress in those last 5 weeks before you actually hit release day. And less stress means a better release. And so I see nothing but benefits to it. But that being said, having a developer recognize that you didn't have to send your money to them early. You could have waited, but you didn't. You had faith that they were going to put out a good game, and you bought the game early. And they want to thank you for it. And that is exactly what's happening over there on the side. This is everybody, and there's not necessarily real names in there. You can see Jazz HM and JB, and I mean, these are the handles of the people who bought these things, the game, early. And the developers are saying thank you by putting them in the credits to the game. It's a small thing, but honestly, watching your name pop up inside of a video game is always a cool thing. And having a developer that's going to say, hey, thanks for playing our game, for giving us the support early, is always a good thing. And this is one of those things where, again, watching the credits is something that I always do the first time I finish a game, and I encourage all of you to do it as well, because you really get a sense of what the developer's like. And saying thanks to the average player base here is a great thing. So I think I've talked enough. So that also brings us to the end of the live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let all of this play out. Y'all don't have to stay. I'm going to put this in the video so that if there is somebody watching who was one of the backers, they'll get a chance to see their name scroll up on the screen, is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to let this play out, and as soon as it finishes, I will end the live stream. But if you do have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask them. If you want to go, like I say, feel free to. There isn't going to be any more content in the stream today, but if you do have any questions, let me know, and I will ask them. But otherwise, as always, thank you for the support. This live stream has been great. I really enjoy these type of games, as y'all know, and having y'all here to watch this game with me and point out things that I've missed and that I'm doing wrong is always much appreciated. As I always say, without your support, none of this would be possible. So while the credits play, this is Commander Jorval saying once again, thank you. And fare thee well. Yes, Ostamura, we're going to be going into the DLC first. Yes, we definitely will. Yeah, don't want to skip out on the DLC since it's a direct continuation of this. So we'll go ahead and jump into that, and then by that time we should be into Solasta 2.